we ready, Ree?
We are ready.
This is going to be episode... Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready to go?
I am ready to go.
This is our little intro before we play the theme music for $1 Million Listing.
I'm ready to go.
You know how it fades in? You like
yeah,
that part?
Yeah. It was a good episode.
The little trailer.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, this is episode 6 of the $1 Million Listing Miami Review Show. Let's get started.
All right.
I was born to buy and sell real estate. It's the ultimate game, and no one can stop me from winning.
I hustle my ass off. That's how I'm going to go from being an underdog to taking over.
I work smarter, not harder. My life's expensive, but I'm worth it.
This is what I think it's worth.
No other agent does what I do, including you.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Mac Media Show.
Welcome to the Mac Media Show, everyone. This is youtube.com/the Mac Media Show. We're on Vimeo. We're on a whole other bunch of places. And so we've got about 5,000 people watching these videos now. $1 Million Listing, just about.
Yeah.
Gets lots of comments, lots of emails, lots of tweets. And I just want to, before we start the show, say thank you to everyone. Ree, you want to say thank you?
Thank you very much.
Yes. We thank you very much, and if you haven't gotten involved yet, go over to the Twitter, @the Mac Media Show. It's in the description, just remember that. And tell us what you thought about $1 Million Listing. For the most part, everybody that watches these videos are watching them because they're $1 Million Listing fans, don't you think, Ree?
I think so.
We get lots of good comments. Last time we had YouTube comment. We have a bunch of those, but we get more emails and tweets than anything because all of our discussions go on Twitter, basically. We don't have, people watch it from so many different areas. We have people that email in and say they listen to it in the car, and
that's true.
So you get so many different feedback and emails from, and I say emails because we get notifications from all the different platforms. So we have discussions. So go to Twitter. That's the best place to find the discussions and get involved about $1 Million Listing. So go do that. And just thank you. We appreciate it. It's a lot of fun doing this. And we'll be doing other shows as well. So stay tuned for that. Ree, let's talk about $1 Million Listing, episode 6. I'm going to read the synopsis so everybody knows what's going on this week. And it's titled Three's a Crowd.
Okay.
And the description is this. Chris, Chad, and Sam find themselves all competing for a monumental listing at a new development, which brings two of the agents surprisingly close together. When things don't go Sam's way, she finds herself with a tough client who wants to move to Fort Lauderdale and has a list of demands that might be unrealistic for his budget, including touring homes by boat. And it wasn't just by a boat, was it, Ree?
No.
This was a very special boat.
Oh, that was a yacht.
It was a 48-foot yacht.
It was beautiful.
So boat doesn't do it justice.
That's true.
And, of course, Sam brought champagne.
Oh, I know.
She had a nice little outing with the yacht with her clients. And did she sell a house today, Ree?
I believe she did. Mm-hmm. She did end up doing it. Frank was very impressed with her, I think. He was a hard sell.
Frank was the guy that was real tough.
He was. He was a hard sell.
And, of course, we don't know if he was doing that for TV.
Exactly.
But he seemed like kind of a jerk.
Yeah, a little. He was trying to make it tough, I think.
Seemed like it.
Yeah. And it could have been for TV, you're right. But I think
okay.
He was trying to make it tough. And he did, talking about his boat wouldn't fit in the slip and, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And she had already, checked it out and they had said it would fit. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Gosh, I know that was tough on her.
I know Sam thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she deserved to end up selling him something.
Right.
So he ended up buying the townhouse,
He
didn't
did.
he?
He bought the townhouse, which I thought was a good choice.
Well, it's good. And he ended up getting it for 1.2, I believe.
Is that right?
I believe it was 1.2. Okay. They were asking 1.289.
Yeah, okay.
He ended up getting it for 1.2.
Yeah, Ree took the notes this show.
I thought that was good.
That's
I thought
better.
that was a good.
I much prefer that.
I thought it was a good price for that particular unit.
Yeah.
And
again, if you haven't watched our past episodes too, I've struggled to get into it this season. Miami's not my favorite. Not the place, but the show. And, it's getting better. The characters, they're getting more comfortable. It seemed like in the beginning of the season, all three of them were kind of, kind of boring. But now it's picked up a lot. And I think our viewers would agree with us, too, because somebody said that last week, that it had gotten a lot better. So I agree. And I know you do, too, Ree. But you liked it pretty much from the beginning, though. I mean, it's okay. It's not as great as New York or Los Angeles yet, which, by the way, the end of this episode, we're going to be showing the trailer for L.A., which is going to be cool. They've got they've replaced Madison Hildebrand, unfortunately, with 2 new British folk. And are they from Britain, or have they been in America for a while? Do you know, Ree?
I'm not real sure.
You're not real sure?
I'm not real sure if they've been here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't
Not
done
sure.
much research.
Yeah.
Ree's the one that's been telling me about LA, so.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's August 20th,
course.
so that's coming up pretty quick.
Yep.
Coming up
it
pretty
is.
quick.
It's on the calendar.
Coming up pretty quick.
So we'll be reviewing that, by the way.
Yeah.
So anyways, LA is going to be okay, but this is okay. I've struggled to get into it, so Ree, anyways, long story short, Ree likes it more than I do, it seems like. But I've been liking it a lot.
I enjoy it.
These past
Today
2
was
episodes have been really cool.
Yeah.
And, of course, he's finished up. I hate that the Don Sofer listing didn't go Chad's way last week.
Yeah.
And, of course,
they kind of dropped it.
They did. They dropped it because it never sold.
Is that what it was, or does he still have the listing?
Well,
I mean, they never said.
If you think last week it said that they had kept the price the same.
Yeah.
And since that had been filmed, it had not been sold.
Yeah.
So it may still be on the market.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he just gave up his co-listing on it. Maybe that was it. They never said it.
Right.
But this was interesting to me today, the way they started off with, Chad initially going into that, I think it was called the Marina Palms
that was
Yacht
cool.
Club and Residence.
Yeah.
Started off with him going in to meet a guy named, I guess it's Mike, somebody like that.
I don't remember
that he said he had
names.
worked with before.
Okay.
And he is representing the owner or the developer of these penthouses within this marina. And they're selling them pre-construction, so you can do what you want to them. And I think he was saying it was going to be about $4.3 million a penthouse.
Right.
And so he was, trying to get the listing, and I think he thought because he knew the guy when he went in, he was going to automatically get the listing.
Yeah.
And the guy ends up saying, "Okay, we'll consider you."
Right.
And he goes, "What?"
Well, let me just talk about the guy for a second, and you're absolutely right. But in regards to the guy, I think he's on drugs.
He's very jumpy, his
He
eyes
looks
are wide
like
open.
a guy that
He's-
wakes up every morning, he has a cup of coffee, and then he'll snort a hit of cocaine.
Oh, that's terrible. You don't know that. Don't say that.
The guy is, of course, energy's great, and he may have a lot of energy.
Gosh, he's got it. But his eyes are wide open. He's
Yeah.
nervous.
It's like he's shaking almost.
But you know what? The TV cameras might have thrown him. You never know.
I don't think
you
so.
never know.
He seemed
but-
really comfortable. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great to start the show off with the 3 real estate agents fighting for the listing.
Yeah,
then,
and
of
that
course,
was
we
what was
see-
surprising is when he walked out and Sam was sitting there.
Right.
That was-
I bet you, and I know it's not the case, it's not sexism. I hate to bring that up, but I know some people are going to be saying, well, it's
No.
because Sam was a woman.
Why would you say that?
I think because people are stupid, and I think they're going to bring that up.
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
I'm a woman, and I didn't even see that. That didn't even cross my mind.
I'll get a clearer picture on that.
I told you earlier, before it was even said. I said he would be smart to put Chris and Chad together.
You predicted
because they're at Douglas Elliman, and then all of a sudden it happened.
Well,
and
sure.
that made sense to me.
If you're going to list a property that big, why not merge 2 brokers together? You know what I'm saying? Why? I mean, and I'm surprised that realtors don't back off or back out of a deal more often when that happens. Well,
I'll tell you what I wish he had done.
I'm surprised that they're so willing to go in together.
I wish since he had interviewed them all 3, I wish he had done them, given it to all 3 of them. He would have gotten a different point of view from her. He was going with a big company, and he had the 2 top agents, and that's, you can't get any better than that.
Right.
But I hated that he had left her out completely. He should have, I just wish he could have done it, with the 3rd company and the 3rd person.
I agree. And compliments to Sam, I think, in my opinion. She did a great job.
She did a good job.
The interview that I
She did a
saw,
good job.
it reminded me of something that I would do. That's kind of how I do things, which makes me worried because she didn't get the listing. So I think maybe my approach, because it's kind of a similar approach to what I do. I go in there and, I am the company, like she said, and it's a confidence thing. I do it all. You get my attention 24/7, and I work all the time. And she didn't get it, which was kind of. But I think it was not. It was not a thing against Sam. Yeah, one, it's a different business.
Yeah, it's a whole
but
different
2, I don't
business.
think it was Sam. I think it
It
was
wasn't.
the fact that they were both with Douglas Elliman. And,
That was it.
And
you get more exposure. You've got a
Right.
bigger firm. I mean, that's all they want. They want
he doesn't want to mess around with small time.
No, and he needs to get as many people as he can in there as quick as he can to get his return on his money. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. Yeah,
I saw
I
that
see
coming. I mean, when I saw both of them and he was interviewing them, my first thought was put them together.
Right.
And I said that. And then all of a sudden, at the party, he comes up and he says, have you, or sometime before that, have you thought about working together? And that was the perfect solution.
It was good.
Perfect solution.
It was great.
And it has proven to work out good, too.
Yeah,
So-
okay, let's talk about, it just came into my head, when Chad and Chris met together to talk for the first time about what they were going to do.
Yeah.
He let Chris pick the place, which was his first mistake.
Chris has a unique way of working, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
Works in the bathtub at home. And
So if you didn't see the show and you're watching the review show, she... Why did I say she?
Yeah.
Chris is not a she. He's
Right.
just a he, she.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris likes to work at a spa. He's been to the spa before. And if you didn't see it, he likes to eat caviar while he's at the spa. So anyways, Chad tells Chris to he lets Chris choose the place to meet. And Chad shows up and Chris is naked. Completely naked in the hot tub. Which, for me, is just, for you, it's different. You're a woman watching the show. But
don't
for
care
me,
about seeing that anyway.
It's just weird for me, and it didn't make me feel uncomfortable or anything. I just would rather skip that kind of segment. Anyways, Chad is straight, and of course, Chad commented on how white Chris was in the rear end area.
It was so weird.
So yeah, it was. What did you think? I know you like seeing Chad, Ree. What did you think about Chad?
He looked all right. Yeah, he looked good. He looked good.
Did he?
He did. He's he works out. You can tell. And,
So anyways,
and all that stuff. But
I thought that was.
do you like
fun.
hair on guys, or do you like where you take the hair off?
Stop it.
No, I mean like just the way they look.
I think it looks better without hair.
It looks clean, doesn't it? It looks neat.
Even better if you, like, I could say maybe if you're a man, like a real lumberjack, maybe trim, obviously chest hair, trim it, But I still think, clean shaven is the best way to go. I think.
It looks good because Chris still had hair on his chest.
Yeah, it was gross
and then
looking. He looks out of shape when he does that.
Well,
It just makes a whole. Anyways.
So you manscape, huh?
Yeah, so they were at the spa. Yeah, manscape. I'm not into that. So we saw that, and that was interesting. That was kind of fun seeing that, and Chad and Chris in the spa. And they end the segment there with Chad throwing mud onto Chris's face. And then what happened after that?
I think they cut to the party, the Art Basel.
Art Basel.
Is that what it's called?
I have an interesting story about this, I'll tell you, Ree. When I first started working with artists for social media and website development stuff, they would tell me about this big event in New York. They have it in Miami. I think maybe not even in New York, but it basically people from all over the country come to Art Basel, and it's for like the rich artists, like weirdo kind of artists, like the ones that dress with funky hair colors and weird clothes, like very eccentric.
ECC.
It's hard to say. Eccentric. Anyways,
that must have been who that was at the party.
It was. Art Basel is a whole bunch of millionaire artists that people buy artwork for the name. So anyways, working with my clients, I hear a lot about Art Basel. And anyways, I got the opportunity to work with somebody that actually attended Art Basel. They were really successful artists.
Wow.
And anyways, I hear a lot of crazy stories about Art Basel and how freakish it is out there. People with purple hair and weird clothes, and it's like Edward Scissorhands stuff that I visualized. So I'm just giving you an idea for listeners too, that if you don't know what Art Basel is, this is the event that they went to what was it, to market the property,
to market the two of the penthouses.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of millions, and apparently they come from everywhere, from like New York, from California. They all come to this Art Basel event in Miami.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they have them anywhere else. I know they have more than one in Miami, and I think they said that in the show. But anyways, very formal event, lots of money. And I just thought that was interesting. I heard that. I thought, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I had heard a lot about it.
So you knew about it.
Yeah, I knew a lot about it. And so I thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah.
But so what did you think about that whole event? Do you think it actually worked?
The art based
Do you think it actually worked in their favor?
Well, yeah, because the guy, what was his name? Arvo?
I don't know.
Didn't get his name.
We had Horsey last week.
They have some odd names, don't they? But it was, I wrote it down somewhere, I thought. Arvo.
Was he found from Art Basel?
Yes, he was at Art Basel, and
Okay.
he had...
Are you sure?
The open house that Chad and Chris had, yeah.
I thought maybe they had 2 open houses, and he was
No,
from the
they only
second
had one, and he was at the first one, and he was, you talking about eccentric.
Oh,
he had on a
my
pink
goodness.
shirt, and
Yep.
he had on like paisley pink
There you go.
pants.
See, that's what I'm talking
Really
about.
strange guy.
Very strange people at this event.
And so he, approaches Chad, and then Chris jumps in and says, I know this guy. You know, I can handle this. We can sell this. And
Okay.
He
Let
did
me
good.
comment. Well, you finish up.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Chris. You talked about Chris. Chris said, let's jump in. I think Chris took Chad down this week.
Oh, Chris did an awesome job of
Didn't you
selling.
think so?
Oh, yeah. He did it. But Chad gave him credit because I was going to
He
say
did.
at the end, if he doesn't give him
Respect.
credit, he is going to be wrong because
You're right.
Chris actually sold that, the big one, the
Right.
guy wanted 2 penthouses put together. And, Chris sold that.
I'm telling you, don't underestimate Chris Levitt because
Yeah, he did good.
I'm telling you, his sales skills, just like he did the 15-day, what is it called?
Yeah,
The
the recension.
something.
You have a 15 days. You can say you don't want it. And you get your money back.
Right. I think that sold the apartment because
It did.
the penthouse because I don't think they would have bought in if that wasn't the case. You saw his look when he heard that. He thought, okay, I can check it out. And
But that's a good agent that keeps coming up with things that he sees that the client that's going to push that client over the line.
I didn't see Chad jump in there. And
No,
say
Chad
that.
was like fascinated. When I
Right.
looked at him, his face is looking at Chris going,
Right.
oh man, that's awesome, you know.
And also last week we saw Chris sell to FA. Or was it that the week before? Remember FA?
Oh yeah.
The young guy.
Oh yeah.
He told
represented
him-
his dad, yeah.
Right. FA wanted a
Oh,
$20,000 or some kind of prize, or not prize, but
Architectural
incentive for buying it. Remember, he wanted some kind of deal. He wanted
Right.
something to make himself feel like he got a
Sure,
deal.
that's right.
And so Chris was able to negotiate like a $20,000 deal where
he did.
he did a really solid job last
did.
week. I'm telling you, I think Chris is the best agent
He's
in
done
terms
good.
of sales skills. Now I know Chad sold the most, but I think Chris is really good.
Because Chad did say somewhere in there, I am the top agent at Douglas Elliman, not you, Chris.
Right.
Not to his face, but he said that in
As
the...
long as Chris can keep his style like it is now, not change it and go way more eccentric.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's good
Like,
the
don't
way
get
it
too
is.
crazy with the spas,
That's right. That's right.
because I think then it'll start affecting business.
I think so.
Clients won't want to do work with you if you're too crazy.
I think you're exactly
But
right.
I think right now he's smooth sailing. I think he's got
he's
a
good.
great,
He's a good salesman. He's shown some real skill.
I think he's got a great future.
Yeah, he's shown. Chad could learn a few things from him too. So I
Chad's
think
very cut and dry. It seems like very textbook.
he is. He is.
You know,
You're right.
old school.
You're right.
Even though he's got the social media expert.
Yeah, he
in
does.
quotes.
He sure does. Yeah,
Yeah.
in quotes.
He just takes a picture every now and then.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably does more than we can see, but
That's true. That's true. But
I
he
wonder
did
how
a
much
good
he
job.
gets paid. I said that in an episode before. That's
I
just-
don't know. It'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be
Anyways,
interesting.
so that was interesting. What else do you have on there, Ree?
Let's see. Sam met with a couple
Yep.
in Miami about moving to Fort Lauderdale. I guess that was Frank and Terry, right?
Yep.
So they ended up buying the $1.2 million condo on the water.
Yeah.
So they did that.
I think Sam did a good job with this.
She did good. She did good. And I like her attitude, I have to say.
Yeah.
That would have been tough to be standing there at that party and
it
that
cool.
man come out and say, we have decided on you two.
Yeah.
And she took it great, and she went home, and she said, I don't like it, but you know what? I've got to keep hustling.
Yep.
And I think that's a good way to look at it.
Well, you have to.
It's tough, but that's a good way to look at it.
Of course, and of course, it was a big opportunity, but she, I know in the back of her head, kind of knew, yeah, I'm smaller. I can probably do it. Mm-hmm. It may take me a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But I know that she had some doubt in her mind that this guy's going to want to go with the biggest.
That's right.
Because he's got 16 penthouses to sell.
Hey, let me chime in here with one more.
Go ahead, Ree.
One more point.
Have it, girl.
About Chris. You know, at the beginning when they were going in, Chris and Chad were going in for the one penthouse. You remember?
Right.
Mike or whatever his name was sitting there.
Cocaine guy.
Yeah, talking about the penthouse. You know, I thought that was really aggressive of Chris.
He's very
to
confident.
say, I don't want the one. I would rather have the group. You know, he sits right there and says that, well, the guy did it. And Chad didn't do that. See, Chad was going for the one.
Right.
We sell the one, we get the rest of them. You saw how Chris went in there
That's what I'm
and
saying.
said, I need the group to make like a penthouse collection.
Right.
You know, and we can market it that way.
You're absolutely right. And another thing that he said was before they even went in there, he pulled Chad aside. And he said, listen, let me do the talking. I got this. And Chad said, okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when Chris says he's got it, he's got it.
And Chris is, he was feeling it that day.
Because I'm telling you, that whole
He
penthouse
had
collection,
his mojo
what is it,
going.
16 of them, is right at $22,830,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
With potential commission of $685,000.
Yeah,
which
now
was
let's
awesome.
talk about that.
That's awesome.
It was 688 something thousand or 685.
$685,000.
Okay, it split in two. That was their combined commission. So I thought, for 16 penthouses, only 330 or
I don't know. They
300
didn't say that specifically though. They said that was commission. They might have meant that was per person.
It said combined.
Okay.
Potential commission.
Well, they probably now tell
which
you
I
this.
thought was low because in New York,
yeah.
sometimes the percentage is higher.
Well, I'll tell you this. In construction, when I used to sell, when you sold, pre-existing real estate, you got a 6% commission.
Okay.
All right. When you did construction and you took people to pre-construction and got it that way, it was 4%.
Okay.
So they're
it may
probably
be
making
lower.
less than what they make on single-family
That's
homes.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because it looked like it should have been at least $1 million, off of $22 million.
Yeah. But the exposure will be worth the difference for them as realtors.
It will.
To sell this property, and that will be all they need.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they did a good job. They did.
It was. And I like Chris
impressed.
going in there saying that.
Oh, yeah. And so that shows another thing.
Somebody looking for, and you know that.
Sure.
Better than anybody.
But that shows, once again, Chris just shone in this episode
when he
of
said
his
that,
skills.
When he, the things he say, I just like, right on.
Yeah,
Chris.
he was good.
Let's get it.
He was good. He was good. I can't believe they sold a penthouse to this guy sitting there in these weird looking pants, and he says, "Can I have 2 of them?"
Yeah.
I mean, I would just be on the table.
Frederick would go ding ding.
He would. I mean, it was unbelievable. Oh, and you have to be very common sense. Well, yeah, we can knock a wall out, make one unit, and you're just going, okay.
That's like when. Well, I don't want to give that example, but yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's interesting how you can get somebody that comes in there that has that kind of money just to do it. And
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But it was a good episode. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Really good episode.
And these episodes that we like best, it's because they include all 3 in one event.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked about last season in New York, how the last episode was our favorite is because it showed Ryan, Frederick, and Luis working together somehow, or at least being together.
It did.
Same for this episode. It was a lot of fun seeing everybody instead of just like their own independent,
Right. What'd you think about Chris's brown shoes with the blue tassels?
I think he's a weirdo.
Did you remember those? I thought they were cute. I don't know where he gets his shoes, but I tell you,
I think if he takes his style any more extravagant, I think he's going to turn people away. I'm telling you.
But he looked great
He's
for the
perfect.
open house. He had the navy jacket. He looked like the yacht club. He looked exactly
you're absolutely right. And even though it is flamboyant, I think he still comes across as very professional.
Oh, he does.
Even though he's got his own style,
Yeah.
which sets him apart.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think Chris has got it.
Well, I still
But I
think Chad ought to take the suit off. I
Chad
think in a
looks a
way
little ridiculous,
he ought
doesn't
to
he?
go. He's a little overdressed looking. He should have had on like a navy coat to me and a white shirt.
You know what? He
which
can wear
looked
that.
like a yacht club.
I'll disagree with you though. I think if he had just unbuttoned the thing, he would look fine.
That's probably true
Just
too.
unbutton it.
Yeah, he's got a different style. It can look more casual if he
can
doesn't
look
have it
like
all.
the Northeast.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
it unbuttoned.
That's true.
Unbutton it.
That's true.
I want to tweet Chad and say, unbutton the coat.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
true.
I'll tell him thank you for not wearing Chris's shoes.
Oh, and then the previews were good. It looks like it's going to be good next week.
Previews for next week showed some young kids, like, I don't know, maybe in the 20s.
Yeah.
Some crazy naked bachelor pad with naked girls running around. Talked about a threesome on the previews. That's going to be fun.
Well, and then I was thinking more, not in terms of that one, but I was thinking about, they showed Chad looking at the rings. And he said, he looked at one that said 177,000.
Is that for Jen?
Woo! Yeah, because he's planning to get married. You remember he talked to her parents?
Yeah, that's right.
And
forgot about that.
So, and then it did say that they had sold over half the penthouses too at the end, which was awesome.
An update on the penthouses, it said they sold over half of them.
So
and
that's
there were 16, 8. So that's at least 9.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Boy, that's wild, isn't it?
And I imagine it's probably been 6 months since they filmed all that.
Probably so, because I know they didn't all sell that quick.
Right.
Like they did.
So it's probably been about 6 months, but
yeah.
Is that it? That was a good episode.
That was it.
I think that was about it. We saw Sam sell her property. Mm-hmm. The guys are working on the penthouses. So next week we're going to have all new. I don't think they'll continue with the penthouses. I think today was it for the penthouses.
Yeah,
so we're
probably
not going to see the rest. So we'll see all new properties next week, which will be fun. That's
I think
always
so.
Cool.
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't tell you that I had messed up my knee.
Oh, really?
Did I tell you that?
What did you do that
My
for?
knee's messed up, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that it's worn out. My knee is worn out.
How did that happen?
Just wear and tear on your knee.
You're athletic.
And, I think in the past, and, I think some of that had to do with it. But it had the cartilage.
Surgery?
Cartilage is gone.
Well, it's because you kept jumping and doing everything else when you're athletic.
I need a knee replacement. And
this young?
Yeah. So, I'm not doing that. So I went and talked to the doctor, and I'm going to get some shots, I think, in it. Some gel shots that will hopefully give me some, shoot some oil in there and get my knee moving so it doesn't hurt so bad. Yeah. But anyway.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's came up yesterday, and that's pretty tough. I was not expecting that kind of news, but that's pretty tough, yeah.
Well, but I hate that for
could be the bionic woman.
Well, you will
get me a new knee.
Me and Bionic Reed.
Yeah. They put all metal stuff in there when they do that. Which,
of course, we know what a knee replacement is.
I don't want to do that. Not want to do that, but anyway.
You're crazy.
You had any more episodes at Walmart?
No.
Hey, it's been quiet.
It has.
It's been quiet.
I've been out of town.
Oh.
You know that, though.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe, you were gone. You were gone, yeah.
But, anyways.
But that was it. That's all it's been going on. Quiet week.
Yeah. My life's boring.
Listen, my life's not boring, but it's been a quiet week.
Well, you've got a good week. You had a good week, and you've got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of things going on, too. It's just all work-related stuff. But, we've got on the channel, youtube.com/MacMediaShow, or a bunch of other places, too. But there will be we're doing a launch, right? We've been doing a test period. Did I tell you about this? We're doing a launch in like 3 weeks. We've got the set built out now with the green screen and everything. And it'll be a 5-day-a-week network of things, not necessarily. So videos, hopefully every day is a goal, but it could be alternating weeks. So like Monday you have a video, Tuesday next week you have a video, Wednesday of next week you have a video. But we'll see. Different series, different content, all about digital marketing. Really cool stuff, because we have a lot of business questions on Twitter and stuff that people tweet us. So we'll be answering all of those, and it's cool. We're also thinking about doing a website contest too.
Oh.
So people submit for like 3 months. We run the campaign, and then they can get chosen to get a free website, professionally done.
Oh, boy.
Work with us. Video promotion, big deal.
Oh, wow.
Some kind of big sweepstakes thing.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got about 10,000 people at the Mac Media Show on Twitter.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah, it is. It's a good place
Website
to be.
Would be good.
That'd be a cool little campaign we're talking about doing. And the video series is starting in about 3 weeks, so go subscribe if you haven't. And the Me and Reese Show will be moving. It'll be here on the channel, but it will be also on iTunes. And a website, themacmediashow.com, is going up too, so it's going to be crazy. Got big plans.
That's great.
Moving along.
We always appreciate new followers. We
always appreciate
the wonderful comments that they make. It's fun to interact, to hear what they think too, as well as, what we're saying.
I'll tell you, the nice emails that we receive and compliments and thank you for doing everything you do. I mean, it's just incredible. It's really
encouraging.
Really good community there. Mac Media Show. So go and do that on Twitter. Come and tweet Mac. If you use the hashtag tweet Mac, you'll get a personal reply. That's what the hashtag is. And so that's cool. Just go be a part of it. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Enough promotion, Ree. I was just telling you about it. We're very excited. It's going to be neat.
Well, it's good. It's good. You're doing a great job with the digital media. Love that.
It's getting better.
Love that.
All right, Ree. Anything else?
No, just looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, it'll be a good week next week.
It's going to be good.
Good episode.
Looking forward to August 20th when LA starts.
LA starts, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how the two guys interact. And the two Joshes.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
That's right. Okay.
That's it.
Very good. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right. And I end the quote, or end the week, every episode I end it, depends on the video too. But my favorite quote is, the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. And that applies to everything. So remember that in your daily work week. And we'll see you next week, next Thursday. We're late today. Today's Friday.
That's right. We were a little late. We were busy this week.
Yeah. Episodes go up every Thursday. In this case, today is Friday, so it's going up today. So we expect those every Thursday. And find us on Twitter at the Mac Media Show. And check the description. And until then, I guess we'll see you next week. Ree, say goodbye.
So you all have a great day.
Oh, that was great, Ree. That was good. I like that.
I was born to buy and sell real estate. It's the ultimate game, and no one can stop me from winning.
I hustle my ass off. That's how I'm going to go from being an underdog to taking over.
I work smarter, not harder. My life's expensive, but I'm worth it.
This is what I think it's worth.
No other agent does what I do, including you.